Hello, this is Conrad, and today we are trying out Blue-Black Tempo Doomsday with a list from Eureka, which I am patron now. It's really cool guides and sideboard maps and so on. Only change is I don't have the 4th Lotus Petal and the 4th Tamio, so I just put lines that I might consider, but it's like a standard Tempo Doomsday deck with Tamio and Frog, and in the sideboard we have even more creatures like 3 Barrogoyfs, and we have 3 Murktide regions. So against tempo decks the plan is to completely board out of Doomsday and into kind of like a tempo deck. Okay, so we are playing against a really good and really nice tempo player. So we are keeping this hand, it's quite all in. But we are on the play, so we kind of only lose here to double force. We have the Petal, Dark Ritual and Doomsday, and we are going to keep, obviously. And the question is, which pile do we build? Because we are really low on resources then. But let's first try if Doomsday resolves. Okay, we play a black mana and we cast Doomsday, and here we get a really good information from the opponent, because we see the opponent pitches Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. And the thing is, this card is only played in Ninjas and Blue-Black Tempo. So we know we do not have to combo really fast. So it cannot be something like turn 1 combo or like Reanimator with an Archon trigger or something. So the fastest they can do is, for example, play a Nethergoyf on turn 2. We go down to 9 life, and then they hit us on turn 3, and on our turn 4 we should possibly be able to win, or turn 5. So, but if they get like 5-6 Nethergoyf or something with, I don't know how they get a creature in the graveyard, maybe with a land, but it should be pretty hard for them to kill us quickly enough, maybe with a Bowmaster, but we also don't have mana sources. So what we could do is a Brainstorm Consider pile, but in case they draw Force or Daze, we lose to that. So I decide here to make a slow pile. And the things we worry about from UB Tempo in this case is, of course, fast pressure, but we are on the play, so we should have enough time. So the other things we should worry about are counter magic and wasteland, and they probably don't play Stifle because that's not usual right now. So I decide to ignore Stifle, and we make a pile with basic Island, Cavern of Souls, Thassa's Oracle, Polluted Delta, Edge of Autumn, and we put the Thassa's Oracle second to last because we don't want to get blown out by double Thoughtseize. Okay, so we put the Thassa's Oracle on the back. No, that's wrong. Let's see. Yeah, you can control Z and undo. So Island, then Thassa's Oracle because of Thoughtseize, Cavern, and then the Cycler, and then Polluted Delta. Okay. A problem is maybe if they wasteland or fetchland, and then we can at least have used the edge. So maybe we should have stacked it the other way around, but then we could also not play it out. So I don't know. Maybe I should not have played out the Polluted Delta here, so we are safe from wasteland. That would maybe be a bit better. Okay, opponent has 2 mana and plays Ponder. So now actually something like a Murktide would also be threatening, or like a double Nethergoyf or something, because we have 5 cards in our pile and we get rid of 2 cards with the Edge and the Polluted Delta. So that means we need 3 turns. So, okay. Now we have the Cavern of Souls, so it's turn 4 where we can win. We have the Cavern of Souls, We name wizard and we can fetch for the island. And here I put Tassa's Oracle from hand. We could also cycle first, but I thought, okay, on the off chance they can somehow make us draw a card or something, I just play the Tassa's Oracle from hand and the opponent has the push. And I don't know if it's best to wait until the push is over, but I decide to just cycle now. I think it doesn't matter. And we win the game, okay. And we go for the next one. So for the sideboarding, we take out all our combos, so the 2 Tassa's Oracles and the 4 Doomsdays and the Edge, and I think 1 of the Cyclers, 1 of the Street Wraiths, and we bring in the 3 Barrow-Goyfs, the 2 Pushs, and the 3 Murktide Regents and the Thoughtseize. And I think we keep the Consider in, but bring out the Lion's Eye Diamond, because my mapping doesn't work out so perfectly, but I think Consider is still not that bad of a cantrip. Okay, so we are waiting for the so we are on the draw and we have a quite good interactive hand. I mean, we boarded out of the combo, so we cannot hope to draw that. We have 2 lands, which is good, basic island. We have Tamio and we have push. So the idea is here that we are a worse tempo deck than the opponent, but we have more mana sources with the Lotus Petals. They also have wastelands. And so here we can play the Tamio and opponent fetches for Undercity Suros. So we are kind of on the attack now with Tamio. Opponent plays Psychic Frog, so we have the option to daze it now, or we can just push it and then daze their response, which I think would have been better. I daze it here, but I think this is incorrect. Opponent dazes back, and now in our turn, if they have another daze, we run into it. But okay, if we push and they have double daze, then then we could still have beaten double daze. So I think this was incorrect. Also, we have 1 less mana now, so maybe this was here the big mistake of the game. Okay, we attack, maybe opponent discards and pumps the frog, but opponent doesn't do that. And we push the frog. Opponent forces pitching frog. We force pitching Consider because Barrow-Goyf and frog are really good. And opponent otherwise wasteland, and this is really punishing for us. But we had to play it out for the push, and now we can attack, and then we can sacrifice the Lotus Petal to get frog out, and we are still in a good spot, but the problem is we really need another land. The frog gets killed and we have another petal, and I decide here to sacrifice the Lotus Petal to kind of cycle it with the clue. We play Tamio, opponent plays Brainstorm, and we dazed it because I think the daze will be bad later, and we attack, and now we are really stuck on mana. Opponent has a Barrow-Goyf. Okay, we really need to get rid of that, and the problem is that I think we only play blue fetches. Maybe I need to change that so we cannot get basic swamp. So I want to flip Tamio, but opponent has the daze for the Brainstorm, and we have a lot of clues, but we are really missing the second mana. Source. Opponent doesn't have anything going on. Opponent, I think, plays either no Nether-Goyfs or only 2, and this is what saves us here a bit because we are not under pressure. And here I think come the big misplays. The first is here, the opponent has only 1 card in hand, so I think the chance of it being a Bowmaster is really low. but I think it would still have been better. I don't know. The opponent does have the Bowmaster, and this is the big blowout here. So I think it would have been better to do it end of turn of the opponent. Yeah, because like this is really the way we lose this game, and I think we were ahead before. And here is the second big misplay, is that, by the way, we lose Tamio because it's our turn. If we brainstorm in the opponent's turn and opponent has Bowmasters, then their Bowmaster triggers go to the stack first and Tamio is still flipping. Okay, so our Tamio dies and we see that we are brainstorm locked, and here's my second big misplay of the game, is that I play out the Cavern of Souls and play naming Wizard and play out another Tamio so I can block the Bowmaster, but the Tamio is really useless because we know that we can we don't draw lands. So this is, I think, the game losing mistake here. I should have just waited a turn and then named Dragon, and I think with the Murktide we would have won quite easily. And now we have to clear the Brainstorm lock, and we take a bunch of damage from the 4/4 token. And here we go down to 3 life. Opponent has Tamio with a Lotus Petal, and we get down an 8/8 Murktide, but it's too late because we cannot profitably attack. We block Tamio, opponent has another Tamio. And here I attack. I think maybe this was also wrong, but I thought, okay, maybe there's a chance we get attacked and we don't have the black mana. We have to jump block here. There's a wasteland, and I think it's basically over at this point. However, if we would have drawn the basic swamp here or the fetch land, then we could have Dark Ritualed out a Barrow-Goyf. But I think then the opponent can just use Tamio to get back Go for the Throat and Go for the Throat the Barrow-Goyf and attack with both, and we die. So I think, yeah, Fetchland doesn't work, so basic swamp would have been it, but yeah, big misplay from me that I played out the Tamio. I think this does not make any sense. Okay, let's go to game 3 with the same sideboarding. And in game 3 we have a really strong hand. We are on the play, so they need to have double force to stop us. We have to, no, we don't have to, but I think it's better here to get Underground Sea, even if this can get wastelanded, but just fetch Underground Sea, Dark Ritual, Barrow-Goyf plus Daze is super strong. And they also, even if they wasteland, we still have the basic swamp, and also we have card advantage with Barrow-Goyf. So this is kind of a really hard to stop hand on the play. We have a 2/3 Barrow-Goyf, and next turn we can play Ponder to make it bigger, and we still have the Daze backup. Opponent can also Fatal Push if they have Push plus Daze, that stops us, but opponent doesn't have the immediate push, and we can just snowball out of control. We Ponder here. Now we can Dark Ritual out a second Barrow-Goyf, and we have Force plus blue card. I pondered first to get a creature, by the way, to increase the chance for Barrow-Goyf. So our ponder showed us it was Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, and Murktide. So I drew the Lotus Petal. No, sorry, I drew the Dark Ritual and guaranteed that the Barrow-Goyf gives us the Murktide, and the petal goes to the graveyard, and now it's basically over. I mean, if the opponent has push, we still have force, and the Barrow-Goyfs are not really big. They are 4/5 because of artifact, instant, sorcery, land. If we get a creature in the yard, they get even bigger. And now we even get a Psychic Frog, and I decide to, I think I just don't play out the Psychic Frog because we have Daze Proof, double force, and we win next turn, and that's enough. and the opponent concedes. Yeah, so we have some quite good hands, but yeah, this showcases how it works against UB Tempo. So you want to win with the combo in game 1, and then game 2 and game 3 go for a tempo play. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and see you next time.